Hey everyone, and a big warm welcome back to English Dose. I'm so happy you're here with me today because I have something super helpful for you, something I really think will make a big change in how you speak English. If you've ever wished you could sound a little more like a native speaker, a bit more sure of yourself, and just speak English more smoothly when you talk, then trust me, you're in just the right spot. Today we're going to help make your talk smoother and help you chat more easily with people who speak English as their first language. We're going to learn some important phrases that will make your everyday English even better. Today, we're going to look at 10 great, super common English phrases that native speakers use all the time without even thinking about it. These are the kinds of sayings that you don't often see in regular school books, but they are really great for making your English sound more real and not like you just learned it from a grammar book. Knowing and using these phrases will help you fit into English talks more easily, making you feel more comfy, and, this is important, helping other people feel more comfy with you too. It's all about closing the space between school English and how people really talk. In just the next 15 minutes, we're going to really look at each of these 10 phrases. I'll tell you what they mean, and most importantly, how and when to use them well in different situations. We'll look at the small differences, the way they sound, and how they can change your talks with others. Think of this as a quick way to sound more like someone who grew up speaking English, full of useful tips you can start using right away. I want you to finish this video feeling strong and excited to try these new sayings in your next English chat. It's going to be fun, interesting, and super good for how well you speak. So, I really hope you, my wonderful learners, will watch with me all the way to the end of this video. You won't just learn a lot of useful things, but there will also be a short, fun quiz for you to see what you've learned and help you remember these phrases. It's a great way to see how much you know and feel more sure of yourself. Are you ready to change your spoken English and start sounding more natural today? I know I am. Let's begin and make some really great progress together. Okay, let's start with our first phrase. It's a really helpful one. I'm just about to. You use this phrase when you want to say you're right about to do something. It means something is going to happen very, very soon, like in a few seconds or minutes. For example, if someone calls you when you're getting your keys and going out the door, you could say, I can't talk long, I'm just about to leave the house. It really shows that you're going to do something right away. It means it's the next thing you plan to do and you're all set for it. Now, when we say very soon with this phrase, we really mean it. It means right now, much more than just saying, I am going to leave the house soon, or I will leave the house later. Those phrases are not as exact about when, but I'm just about to makes it sound like you're already moving or have started to do it. Think of it like a rocket on the launch pad, just seconds before it blasts off. It shows you're in a hurry or ready to go, which other ways of talking about the future might not show as well. It's that special feeling of almost happening right now that makes it sound so normal. Let's look at a few more examples so you can really understand it. Pretend you're at your desk, and someone you work with asks if you have a minute. If you're really just seconds from starting something important, you could say, I'm just about to start this report, can it wait a few minutes? Or if you're cooking and someone asks for help, you could say, sure, I'm just about to take the cookies out of the oven, then I can help. It fits really well into everyday talks, at home, at work, or with friends. It helps you be very clear about your timing, just like people who speak English naturally. So let's practice this one together. I want you to say it out loud with me. Pay attention to how I am becomes I'm. I'm just about to. Again, I'm just about to. Great. See how I'm flows nicely into just about to? Using I'm instead of I am is important for sounding natural. Try to make it sound smooth like that when you say it. Think of some things you are just about to do after this video. Maybe you're just about to make some tea, or just about to start your homework. Practice saying it. Now for our second great phrase, one you can use in many ways. It's up to you. This simple but strong phrase means it's your choice or you get to decide. It's like letting someone else have the control or be in charge of making the choice. For example, if your friend asks, do you want to eat at home tonight or should we go to that new Italian restaurant? And you really don't mind either way or you want them to pick, you can just say, it's up to you. It's easy to understand, short, and everyone knows what it means. This phrase, it's up to you, can make the other person feel good and in charge. It shows you trust they'll make a good choice, or that you're happy to do what they want. It can make the other person feel important and that what they think is important. Instead of telling them what to do or talking for a long time about it, You're letting them make the choice. This is really helpful when the decision doesn't really matter much to you or when you really want the other person to be happy with what happens. It helps people work together and respect each other. Let's think about some more times when "it's up to you" works great. Imagine you're planning a movie night with your family. Which movie should we watch? I don't mind. It's up to you. Or maybe at work when you're talking about a small job with a coworker. Should I email the client now or wait until tomorrow morning? Whatever you think is best, it's up to you. Even when deciding weekend plans, should we go for a hike or visit the museum? Both sound good to me, so it's up to you which one we pick. It's a great phrase you can use in lots of different situations. Now let's practice saying it. It's pretty easy to say, but the way you say it can change what it means a bit. Say it with me. It's up to you. Again, it's up to you. Good. You can say it in a nice, friendly voice to show you really mean it and are open to their choice. Sometimes, if you know the person well and sound a bit tired when you say it, it might mean you're tired of choosing. But mostly, we're talking about the good, easy way to use it. Make sure you say it smoothly, like one word. This phrase is really great for talking every day. It makes you sound nice and easy to get along with. All right, let's jump into our third great phrase. I'm not feeling it. Now, this is a really useful and natural sounding thing to say. You'll hear people who speak English a lot use it often, especially when they're just chilling and talking with friends. Basically, when you say "I'm not feeling it," you're showing that you're not really interested in something right then, or maybe you just don't feel like doing a certain thing or idea. It's a nice way to show you don't really want to do something right now. It's much softer and not as blunt as just saying no or "I don't want to." It really connects with how you're feeling or your vibe at the moment. Think about those times when someone suggests an idea, like going to a party or watching a certain movie. And even if there's nothing wrong with the idea, it just doesn't feel right for you at that moment. That's exactly when "I'm not feeling it" is super helpful. It shows that you not being interested doesn't mean forever, and it's not like you think the idea is bad. It's more about how you're feeling right then, or what you prefer at that time. It's often about a feeling you just get, like a gut feeling, instead of a big reason you thought hard about. This phrase shows you heard the idea, but it nicely tells them you're not really excited about it right now. This phrase is super useful because it shows you're being honest about your feelings, but without being mean or too negative. It's not saying your idea is bad, but more like, "I'm just not in the mood for that." It's a soft way to say no or show you're not interested while still keeping things friendly. Imagine your friend suggests trying a new, really exciting kind of food. And even if you usually like trying new things, today you just want something you know and that feels good. I'm not really feeling it today" would be a perfect thing to say. It's all about what you feel like doing right then, even if that feeling might change later. Let's look at an example. Your friend asks, "Want to go to that concert tonight?" And you say, "I'm not feeling it today." This is a perfect example of how to use it. Maybe yesterday you would have loved to go and maybe tomorrow you'd be excited to. But today, right now, you just don't have the energy for it. Maybe you're tired or you have other things on your mind, or just the idea of a concert doesn't fit how you feel right now. This answer is clear, polite, and perfectly shows you're not excited without needing a long explanation. It's a great one to use for those times when you politely don't feel like doing something. Now for our fourth phrase, and this one is super helpful when you're talking or working with others. That's a good point. When you use this phrase, you're showing the other person that you see their idea is good or makes sense. It shows you're really listening and thinking about their ideas. That's super important for talking well together. It's like saying, "Yes, I see your point is good," or "That's a smart thing to add to our talk." This phrase is a really important part of talking to each other with respect. One great thing about "that's a good point" is how it helps make things friendly and makes it easier to work together. Like we said, using it when you talk shows you're really listening. When someone hears you say this, they feel like you really listened. This can make them more open to your ideas later. It's not just about saying you agree, it's about seeing the good thinking in what the other person said. It helps you get along better and makes it easier to talk openly and have good conversations, if you're at work or just chatting with a friend. It's good to know that saying "that's a good point" doesn't always mean you totally agree with everything the other person said, or that you're changing your mind completely. It just means you see that a part of what they said or suggested makes sense, is smart, or is worth thinking about. You can say "that's a good point, but I also think we should think about." This shows you're thinking about what they said and adding it to the main talk. It's a sign that you're a good talker who really thinks. Let's look at an example. Person A says, "Maybe we should wait until tomorrow to decide." Person B answers, "That's a good point." Here, person B is saying it's smart or makes sense to wait. Maybe waiting gives more time to get news or for feelings to calm down. By saying, "That's a good point," person B shows person A's idea is good and that they're really thinking about it. This easy phrase can help talks go better and get more done by showing where you agree or respect what others think. Our fifth saying is a really nice and short way to say no to something. "I'll pass." This is a super helpful saying for everyday times when you want to say no but not sound mean or quick. When someone offers you something like more food or asks you to do something, or even shares an idea you don't want to talk about, "I'll pass" is an easy and good way to say no thanks. People usually know it means you're saying no nicely, and that you just don't want to take it or join in right now. Like the tone tip says, and it's right, people like "I'll pass" because it's polite. Think about how different it is from just saying no or "I don't want to." Those are straight to the point, but sometimes they can sound a bit mean, depending on what's happening and who you're talking to. But "I'll pass" makes saying no sound softer. It sounds more like it's just your choice, not like you're saying the offer or the person is bad. It's a small change, but it helps everyone get along better and feel good. You'll hear people say "I'll pass" in lots of different situations. It's used a lot when someone offers you food or a drink. For example, if you're full and someone offers you more cake, or if you don't drink stuff like beer and someone offers you one. People also use it for activities, like if someone says, "We're all going bowling later, wanna come?" You could say, "I think I'll pass this time, thanks." You can even use it for more than just things you can see or touch. Like if people are talking about others and you don't want to join in, saying "I'll pass on this conversation quietly" can show you're not interested in a nice way. Let's look at our example. Someone asks, "Want some more cake?" And the answer is, "I'll pass, thanks." This is a great example. The person isn't saying the cake is yucky or that they don't like that you offered. They're just saying that for them, right now, they don't want more cake. Saying thanks at the end, like in the example, makes it even more polite. It shows you know they were being nice to offer, even if you say no. It's a little thing that really helps keep things friendly. Hi everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to learn another super helpful English saying. It will help you sound more like a native speaker. Our sixth saying is, "I've got a lot on my plate." Now this is a great saying, and I bet you can almost see what it means, right? Think about a dinner plate. But instead of yummy food piled high, it's full of jobs, things you have to do, and promises you've made. That's just the picture this saying gives you. It means you're super busy, you have lots of things to do, or you have many duties all at the same time. People who speak English all the time use this a lot when they feel like they have too much work or too many things to do. So it's a really good one for you to learn. When someone says, "I've got a lot on my plate," they mean more than just being busy. They're often trying to say they feel a bit pulled in many directions, or maybe even a little stressed out by how much they have to handle. It's a better way to say, "I'm very busy," and people can often understand how you feel. Think about times when you have work that needs to be done soon, family things to take care of, and maybe your own projects, all needing your attention at the same time. That feeling of trying to do many important things at once is just what this saying talks about. It shows that you're full up with things to do. It means that adding anything more might be too much for you right then. It's a very real way to tell someone how things are for you. Let's look at the example we have. Someone asks, "Can you do this job?" And the answer is, "Sorry, I've got a lot on my plate right now." This is a perfect example of how to use the saying nicely and in a good way. See how "sorry" is at the start? It makes saying no a bit softer. Then, "I've got a lot on my plate right now" gives a clear reason that's easy to understand. You don't have to list every single thing that's making you busy. The saying itself does the hard work. It explains that you're already handling many things. It's a short and okay way to say no to more work. People usually understand because most of them have felt that way too. Now let's practice saying it together. This way, you can get the sound and the way it goes up and down just right. Say it after me. "I've got a lot on my plate." Let's break it into smaller parts. I've got, see how "I have" is made shorter to "I've"? Then a lot, the T sound in lot can sometimes join smoothly with on if you're talking fast, almost like "a lot on." And then, "on my plate." So all together, I've got a lot on my plate. Try to say lot or plate a little stronger to show that feeling of being full or busy. Maybe even let out a little sigh when you say it if you really want to show how you feel. One more time. I've got a lot on my plate. Great. Okay, let's talk about our seventh saying. It's a really nice one that lots of people use. Fingers crossed. This little saying means you're hoping for good luck or for something good to happen, for you or for someone else. When you say, fingers crossed, you're pretty much saying out loud that you hope things turn out great. It's a very hopeful and kind saying. You'll hear people use it a lot when they're not sure what will happen, but really want something good to come out of it. It's one of those sayings that right away shows you're hoping together, or wishing someone well. That makes it a really nice one to know how to use when you talk. When people say fingers crossed, they often also do something with their hands. Can you guess what it is? Yep, they cross their fingers. Usually this means you tuck your thumb in and put your middle finger over your first finger. Lots of people in English-speaking places and really all over the world know this hand sign. They know it means you're hoping for good luck. You can just say the words or you can do the hand sign too. But if you do both, it can make what you're saying feel a little stronger and friendlier. It's an easy but strong way to show you're hopeful and that you're with someone who's going through something they're not sure about. People aren't totally sure where it started, like with many old habits. But one idea many people believe is that crossing fingers started way before Christian times. Back then, they thought that where your fingers crossed, it could bring in good spirits or keep bad things away. Another idea is that it came from early Christians. They would cross their fingers to ask for help and good things from the Christian cross to keep them safe or give them a blessing, especially when it was a hard time for them, and showing Christian signs openly could be dangerous. No matter exactly how it started way back then, doing this with your fingers and saying the words has become a big part of how we wish for good luck. It's something that parents have taught their kids for many, many years. Now let's make sure we say it just right. Say it after me. Fingers crossed. Listen to how it sounds. Fingers. Make sure you say that G sound in fingers. And then crossed. Make sure you hear the S and T sounds at the end. Fingers crossed. When you say it, try to sound light and hopeful. Maybe your voice goes up a little at the end, especially if you're saying it back to someone. Try it with me one more time. And if you can, do the hand sign too. Fingers crossed. Great job. That sounds really good. Our eighth phrase is short, quick, and full of good energy. I'm in. This is a great casual way to say you want to join in on something, that you agree to take part, or that you're ready to go with a plan. When someone suggests something like going to a movie, starting a new project, or playing a game and you give a happy, I'm in, you're clearly showing you want to join and often that you're excited about it. It's a very clear yes. So there's no question that you want to join in. It's a simple phrase, but it has a lot of good feeling. Let's think about how I'm in is different from more serious ways of saying yes to something. You could say, yes, I would be happy to join you, or I agree to take part in that activity. While those are the right words for grammar, they can sound a bit too serious or not very friendly in everyday chats. I'm in, on the other hand, feels much more relaxed, friendly, and full of energy. It often shows not just that you agree, but also how excited or eager you are. It's the kind of phrase you'd use with friends, family, or coworkers you get along well with, showing you're happy to be included. Think about this example. Someone says, we're going hiking this weekend. And the answer is a simple, excited, I'm in. That reply is perfect. It's quick, it's clear, and it shows the speaker really wants to join the hiking trip. There's no waiting around, it's a definite yes. It tells the person who invited you that they like their idea and that you're ready for the adventure. This kind of happy yes is often just what someone is looking for when they suggest an activity. It helps make talking to people easy and fun. Now for how to say it. This one is super easy. Repeat after me, I'm in. Just two short, clear words. That's the short way to say I am and in. I'm in. You can really change how your voice goes up and down with this one to show different amounts of excitement. A quick, firm, I'm in, shows you've definitely decided yes. A longer, more excited, I'm in, where your voice goes up at the end can show you're really, really excited. Practice it a few times, changing how your voice sounds. I'm in. Awesome. It's all about showing that you're happy and willing to join in. Okay, everyone, let's look at our ninth great phrase. It's super helpful in lots of times, at work or with friends and family. The phrase is, let me get back to you. This is a really nice and good way to say you need a little more time before you can give a sure answer or some information. Maybe you need to check your calendar or talk to someone else or find something out. So instead of feeling like you have to answer right away, especially if you're not sure, this phrase is a great one to use. It shows that you heard what they asked and you plan to answer it, just not right now. It's a really great way to talk to people. Think about when someone asks you something and you just can't think of the answer, or you know the answer, but you can't say it right away. Maybe your friend asks if you can have dinner next Tuesday, or someone at work wants to know if you can help with a new project. Instead of saying, or quickly saying maybe, saying let me get back to you, sounds much more calm and thoughtful. It shows you're thinking about their question and you'll think carefully about your answer. This little phrase really helps you plan your time and what you need to do without seeming like you don't care or don't want to help. It gives you that important time to think. Now, a good tip is that this phrase sounds good for work and polite, and it really does. At work, think if your boss asks how a job is going that you're not quite done with. Saying, let me get back to you on that by the end of the day, is much better than trying to find an answer quickly and maybe messing up. It shows you're being responsible and you know it's important to give the right information. Also, with friends or family, it shows you care about their plans. You're not making them wait forever. You're showing you heard their invitation or question and saying you'll tell them later. It's about letting them know what to expect in a nice way. So let's practice saying it together and really see how it sounds. I want you to listen to how I say it too. It should sound like you want to help and you mean it. Ready? Let me get back to you. Again, let me get back to you. Great. See how it sounds smooth? It's not too strong, it's not too weak. It's just right. This phrase can really help you talk to people easily, especially when you're asked a tough question all of a sudden. It's a super great thing to know for speaking English, making you sound like you speak well and are thoughtful when you talk to others. Okay, let's move on to our 10th and last phrase for today's lesson. This one is super helpful when you're telling stories. And that phrase is, long story short. You'll hear this phrase a lot when people are telling about things that happened or explaining stuff, especially when they want to get to the important part fast. Basically, it means, here's the short version, or I'll tell you the main part without all the little details. It's a great way to show the person listening that you're going to skip some parts that aren't so important and get right to the end or the main result. It helps keep people interested in what you're saying. This phrase is really useful in lots of everyday situations. Think about a time you had a really busy day where lots of different things happened, and a friend asks you how your day was. Instead of telling a super long story for half an hour, you could say, oh, where do I even start? Well, long story short, it was a disaster. This tells them the main idea right away. It's also great when you know you don't have much time to tell your story, or maybe you feel like the person listening is getting a bit restless or just wants the main points. It shows you're thinking about their time and that you know they can't listen forever. This helps you get your message across better. The tip for using this phrase is just right. Use it when you're telling stories and want to get to the point. Think of it like a sign in your story that shows where you're going. When people hear long story short, they get ready in their minds for a short version of what happened. This stops them from getting mixed up with too many small details, especially if those details aren't needed to understand the main result. It helps you keep your story on track and make sure the most important part doesn't get lost or missed. It's a really quick and smart way to talk, especially when conversations are moving fast or when you need to say something short and clear. All right then, let's practice this one together. It has a nice, easy sound when you say it. Say it with me. Long story short. And again, say short a little stronger. Long story short. Great job! You can almost feel people getting ready for the short version that's coming next, can't you? People often say it like they know a secret, as if you're saving the listener from hearing a really long and maybe boring story or explanation. Getting good at this phrase will really help your English sound more natural, like how native speakers talk, especially when you're telling short stories or talking about things that happen to you. Wow, we learned a lot today. You now know 10 really great English phrases for everyday talking. Now, to help you remember them really well, let's say them all together one more time. Pretend you're using them when you talk to someone for real. Now, for some fun, and to see what you remember, it's time for a little quiz. I'll say a sentence with a blank space, and you try to guess the right phrase we learned today that fits in the blank. Are you ready? This is a good way to see what you've learned. Okay, let's start the quiz. Question number 1. Here's the sentence. Sorry, I can't take on any more work. I've got a lot. Blank. What phrase fits in the blank? If you said, on my plate, you're exactly right. I've got a lot on my plate. Next, question 2. I might come, but blank. What do you say here? A good phrase here is, let me get back to you. I might come, but let me get back to you. Perfect. Question 3. We might win the game. Blank. What phrase shows you're hoping? That's fingers crossed, fingers crossed. And the last question, number 4. He was late, we missed the train, the car broke down, blank, we had a bad day. How would you shorten this story? And the answer is, long story short. Long story short, we had a bad day. How many did you get right? Tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you did. Now, let's quickly go over all 10 of these super cool phrases again. We learned, I'm just about to, it's up to you, I'm not feeling it, that's a good point, I'll pass, I've got a lot on my plate, fingers crossed, I'm in, let me get back to you, and long story short. You've learned how to sound more natural when you talk, how to say no in a nice way, how to say you're busy, show you're hopeful, and happily say yes to plans, how to handle it when people ask for your time, and tell your stories in a short and clear way. These are all really important for talking in a way that sounds natural. I really hope you liked this lesson and it helps you a lot with learning English. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to English Dose and click that little bell so you don't miss any new lessons that help you get better at English. Now for your homework. Write in the comments below and tell me which of these phrases will you try to use today or this week. And please, also tell me what other English things you'd like me to talk about in new videos. I always love to hear your ideas. Keep practicing because the more you practice, the better you'll get. Until next time, happy learning.